jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
Yep, once again, WCS back on the boulevard. Salute to everyone that's in the building. Hey, happy Veterans Day again to all my comrades that's out there, the fallen ones, the ones that's here today, that's dealing with everyday struggles. Man, hey, salute to y'all. And you know what it is, man. You know, above all else, you know, you sacrifice, and it's nothing that can repay you for that. You know what I'm saying? So many prayers to you all out there, the veterans that enjoyed your day today. Supporters, man. Big shout out to the supporters, the ones who rock out with the channel. You already know, man. Appreciate it. All day, every day. We just got some boxing to talk about, some MMA to talk about. You know, I said I was going to get back into my MMA. I was just up here looking at the BJJ tournament. I said, let me go ahead and get this live out the way. You know what I'm saying? So I can get back to watching this tournament. Very good names on there right now. And definitely, you always learn something. I'm not going to lie to you. Listen to those BJJ commentators talk. It's almost like being in college again. You know what I'm saying? Like the muddy flats, as I call them, BJJ. It's so much to learn in that sport. Somebody's always coming up with a different submission. You know what I'm saying? How to set the submission up. I mean, it's just insane. Beautiful system. Beautiful system. Let's first get the freaking Isaac Cruz, man. Stop playing. Let's get the Isaac Cruz, man. As you already knew, right? We thought we was going to be treated to something special. You know what I'm saying? We seen Isaac Cruz, a Mexican fighter, come up here and make a splash. He kind of made a little bit of splash when he stopped Diego Magdaleno. I was at that fight. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, damn, this dude came in. I know it was Diego Magdaleno, but damn, he crushed him, bro. You know what I'm saying? He went in there and crushed him. And that's because, you know, Magdaleno had the wrong plan. He couldn't get off the ropes. And the body attack was just brutish. Let me tell you. Then his next fight, he went on to fight Jose Romero. Then Francisco Vargas. Then he stepped in there with Gervonta Davis. Now, most of the time when a fighter like Isaac Cruz step in there with a fighter like Gervonta Davis and lose, they stop talking about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at the scales of attention that was given to Yildiz Gamboa when he fought Gervonta, and then you look at Isaac Cruz, way different. You know what I'm saying? People treated it way different. I don't know if it's because one was Mexican or one was Cuban. I really can't tie it all together, but what I can tell you is Isaac Cruz received a lot more value than Yildiz Gamboa did when he lost to Gervonta. And you can't say it's just from the knockout, okay? Both is a loss. Gamboa went into the 12th round with Gervonta, and freaking so did Isaac Cruz, but he went to the final bell, okay? Gamboa, final round. Cruz to the final bell. There's just a smidgen of space there to make it cross the finish line. But yet, Isaac Cruz, people's like, a star was born tonight. This, that. But Yokis Gamboa went into the 12th round with him. You know what I'm saying? He gets no credit. But anyway, man, Isaac Cruz, man, people was talking about it. Even I was talking about it. I like Isaac Cruz, man. I just know what he is as a fighter. Like, he gives you all the entertainment that you want. Definitely. He lacks power, though. He does. He lacks power. He's not a heavy-handed individual. And you know, he goes in there to perform. He give you the Mexican style. Point blank, period. Isaac Cruz give you the Mexican style, shawty. That's what you're gonna get. But as of recent, once again, you know, the bum boxing community has to talk about whoever they feel like talking about when they choose to. I was pretty disappointed on how little the topic is being spoken on in Isaac Cruz, because from my understanding is that he's not up to fighting Shakur Stevenson. He can't sit up here and prove to anybody that Shakur Stevenson is not a big name. You're not willing to fight Shakur Stevenson, bro? I mean, somebody who you can shut down a hype train, if you believe it's a hype train, coming up to 135, a 2-division world champion, formerly unified at 130, and you don't want to take that fight. You want to be the next Ryan Garcia, tagging along with Gervonta Davis. Man, come on, man. This is boxing that gets crazy. Like, no one wants to really chop it up. Like, if Gervonta Davis is busy potentially about to face Abner Mares next year, then what's going on with Isaac Cruz? Isaac, you fought Gervonta Davis, you stopped Yokis Gamboa in 5, and you just came out in September of this year against Eduardo Ramirez, and you stopped him in the 2nd round. Okay? I mean, what's going on with you? Who you waiting on? Why you waiting on Gervonta? If that's the fighter you waiting on, why, bro? I mean, you have so much potential just to continue to grow and blossom into the star. Why are you waiting on Gervonta? Bro, that fight is going to be much easier for Tank the second go around. It's going to be just like Marcos Maidana and Mayweather, bro. I know you feel like you can change it up, but them guys, them fighters are too smart. They're just too smart, bro. I know you and your team looking at this like, man, it's a lot that we didn't do in that fight, but the second time around, that's what we can do, because Gervonta don't switch it up that much. So that's not true. And that's definitely not true. I'm gonna tell you, that's definitely not true. He absolutely switches it up when he have to, and he's one of those boxers that got extremely high boxing IQ. I didn't like the word coming out that potentially he doesn't want the Shakur Stevenson fight, because him and his team know that's a tough fight, and they know Isaac is going to get beat up in that fight. This is not going to be one of those fights like he had with Gervonta, where it's head to head, and you know, let's see who can do the most on the inside. You know what I'm saying? Have a high guard and show your defense. You can bring that same defense in there with Shakur Stevenson, but the way he gauged distance off his jab, the way he stabs his opposition to the body with that jab, the way he always understands where he's at, where his opponent is at. Beautiful technician, takes very limited damage. So when you're loading up on that right hand and Shakur and Stevenson's not there, frustration is gonna set in one way or the other, bro. You're gonna have to switch it up. And I haven't seen you. You are not that type of fighter to have options B, C, and D when it comes to your skills. You don't switch it up like that. You like a one gear type of person, man. You come straight ahead and you press the gas and you look for the damn carnage. But when you're talking about Shakur Stevenson, you're gonna have to find out a way to switch that up for 12 fucking rounds, bro. Seriously. So I'm not gonna take too much long on Isaac Cruz. You know, he's 24-2-1, 17 knockouts, bro. He's only 24 years old, right? But I'm a little bit disappointed, man, because I was really bigging him up. Like, this dude is a tyrant. You know what I'm saying? This is what I want to see in a fight. I like seeing guys like him fight, and give you the Mexican style. I didn't say I like all fighters, because all fighters can't fight like Isak. Isak has an amazing cardio system. He has those lungs on him, and he really give you that pressure to keep you tuned in. The only thing that God just did not give him entirely enough of is punching power, consistent punching power. Depending on who you're looking at, yeah, he looks great, and he can finish his fight and get the knockout. But you're gonna have to find Shakur, man. Shakur is not the fighter that's just gonna be there like Gervonta with his head and trying to fight you on the inside or trying to set up the uppercut. No. He's going to show you how much of a master he is with his countering ability, how accurate Shakur Stevenson is, how intelligent he maneuvers and stays in control of the fight. For Isak, it's going to be tough for you, buddy. It's going to be tough for you, buddy. Shout out Captain Chaos on deck. Salute to a real one. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Salute to the wild dog in the building, man. W says you're really good mixed martial arts storytellers. I don't watch MMA often, but I can listen to you break it down. MMA for hours. Keep doing your thing. People, process, info, different. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Nart. Real talk. Thanks for the kind words, brother. So next, I want to kind of touch on. My last, the topic I really want to speak on is Israel Adesanya and Alex Pereira. Let's talk about the Bivol situation with Canelo. All right, I really don't know if Canelo is gonna take it upon himself to prove that he's motivated to move back up to 175 pounds, which is light heavyweight. Okay, in the process of him moving up and taking that fight, I did perceive it as a worthy challenge. You know what I'm saying? I thought Canelo, being he had moved up there, and he had been there before. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna bring in Kovalev and act like he was this super tough dude, and all of a sudden a fly flew in his eye, and he get knocked out in 11. Anyway, he had been up there before. One thing I can say, Canelo and his team believe that Bivol was a great opponent. I don't know. I really can't, I really can't draw it to a conclusion to say, what were they looking at? What did the film tell you? What data was there for you when you was looking at Bivol? So Canelo steps up to 175 and he gets outboxed like on the what? I don't give a damn what Canelo is talking about. He won the fight. Stop it, bro. You didn't win the fight. Anyway, word has been circulating on, Bivol's next fight. Who should it be? He clearly went in there and outworked my boy Gilberto. Oh my God, Gilberto Ramirez. He clearly outworked him. I thought Gilberto would surely be much more of a competitor, man, in that fight. I did, dog. I said Zerdo. But I really like Bivol, especially what he did to Canelo. I just think he's a warrior, man. Like Bivol is just like this quiet assassin, bro. That's what Bivol is. He's a quiet assassin. He doesn't have a lot of experience on his boxing, but he is very thorough and complete with how he go about these fights, man. Like, if I look at another fight attempting to fight the way Bivol does, how he can stand there in front of his opponent and really put that ruler out there. You know what I'm saying? The ruler that he uses. You know what I'm saying? That visual ruler. You have to respect that, because he stays right out his opponent's range, and he pop shot, and then all of a sudden he might put like 6-punch combination together, and then reset and get right back into position, and so his opponent can just try to find out what to do next. And then he doesn't even take that much punishment. He really knows how to dictate his real estate inside the square. He really knows how to do it very well. Very, very well. And I believe sometimes that Bivol, it can be flat-footed, but he's not. He's not a flat-footed fighter. He can stand there sometimes. Like he can be on his own timepiece, right? And he knows he's standing flat-footed in front of his opponent, throwing feints. He knows that, but his opponent can't do anything because Bivol's timepiece is immaculate, sharp. He knows how to counter. He will pick you apart with counter shots, not just with 1 shot, 2 shots. You can give it 3 or 4, but he's gonna make you pay. I appreciate that. I'm not gonna lie, I appreciate that about him. But the big question is Canelo coming back up there to fight this man? As I'm looking at Canelo, I don't know what he can do with his frame and how flat-footed he is, what adjustments he can make to be in a position to dethrone Bivol. All right, I don't know if he has what it takes or has anything left to dethrone Bivol. Like Canelo's like what, 31, 32, something like that. He's still considered young in the game, but Canelo has a lot of professional fights. So if you look at all the X's he's passed in the sport of boxing, I think his destination is coming up real soon, for real. Like a lot of people, they say they can retire like 37, 38 years old. I don't know with Canelo. I don't know. But him stepping back in there with Bivol, I just don't see him having what it takes. The styles are all bad. Bivol's pressure is all bad. His ring IQ is all bad for Canelo. I felt that Bivol's IQ in that first fight far exceeded that of Canelo Alvarez, the cash cow, bro. The cash cow. We talking about a multi-division champion. Bivol shut him down. Bivol shut his ass down, bro. Bivol shut him down. Real talk, shut him down. Tony Boswell on deck, man. Much respect at World Combat Sports. And the chat stopped in and showed support. Salute, just got off work. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Tony, pulling up as always, brother. The support. Thank you. So I'm asking myself about Canelo, right? And I'm really trying to see what can he do other than try to chop his arm down and all this other shit that didn't work. And Bivol even went up to him and say, you're up there punching my arm. What is that gonna do? I'm strong. I'm built for this. You know what I'm saying? I'm built Bivol tough. I don't know what Canelo could do, man. If he chose to throw more punches, so to speak. Let's just say he chose not to be as flat-footed and he wanted to engage more often. Would that be to his demise? I think with a fighter like Bivol, you see how he fought the bigger Zerto? He may stop. It'll get bad for Canelo real quick if he tried to go punch for punch with Dimitri Bivol. I just think stylistically all the way around, man, I don't see Canelo beating him. He's too much. I don't see him beating him. I don't see it with my left eye. I don't see it with my right eye. If I put my glasses on, I still don't see it. If I keep my glasses on and get some binos, still don't see it. I don't know what he's going to do about that because people keep throwing it up in the air like, is Canelo going to fight? Is he going to fight Bivol or is he going to fight this person? We don't know what's going to happen between the Benavidez and Caleb Plant fight. Will he fight the winner of that? A lot of us is, looking at it like, okay, do we really want to see a Canelo Caleb Plant fight? Possibly. Again, possibly. Do we really want to see a Benavidez Canelo? Correct. We definitely want to see David Benavidez and Saul Canelo Alvarez lock up. No knock on Caleb Plant, man. You know what I'm saying? No knock. Very devastating knockout of Anthony Durrell, his last fight, but it's just some open space there for me. You know what I'm saying? It's just too much real estate out there. You know what I'm saying? Too much on the horizon when you hear Benavidez and Alvarez. Like, this is what we need in boxing. We need to settle the score, Canelo. You went up there, and I know what people are gonna say. He didn't owe him nothing. I get it. He don't owe Benavidez nothing. I get it. But what I'm saying is certain people out there believe that Benavidez would be a tough fight for you too. And then you have Canelo fans that's saying he moved up and went the distance with Dimitri Bivol, so it's really not anything Benavidez can do except come in there and try to establish his authority and fight a smart fight, rough fight, and see if he has the chin to withstand Canelo counterpunches. Because David Benavidez is going to get touched. He get touched a lot. He just squared up in front of Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Is it something different where we seen Bivol, who wasn't really committed to engaging Canelo when he had the opportunity, whereas I think Benavidez would be a little bit more reckless if he pushed Canelo up against the ropes? I'm assuming. And then that will basically put him in a position to get countered or to feel Canelo's power. It's not like Benavidez haven't been down on the canvas before. Can Canelo knock him down? Possibly. Can Benavidez, does he have enough power to knock down Canelo? I don't know, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't really co-sign on that. I don't know. Real talk, I don't know. But Canelo has some choices to make. He has a lot of choices to make on who he chooses to fight. His legacy is already established. Seriously. Right now, it's just all about the paycheck, and that's the bad thing about Canelo. Canelo can damn near fight anybody he want to fight, and he's going to get paid. So for him, he knows the money is there for him. It's just who he chooses to select. Is he gonna select the most challenging opposition, or he's just gonna select who he feels that's decent and not too overly dangerous? I don't know, bro. I really cannot, give you the zip tie you're looking for in this fight. I don't know. I really don't know, man. But I'm pretty sure the fans are tuning in. If Canelo goes back up there a second time to try to avenge that, because he never had the opportunity to avenge Mayweather. I wonder if his ego is going to get the best of him and he say, you know what? I have to return back up there to see if I can do it. If I take another loss, so be it. I don't care. I'm still Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? But he never had the opportunity to avenge Floyd Mayweather, which that was a clinic. Floyd put a clinic on him. Bivol put a clinic on him. Period. Both of them put a clinic on him. I just think Floyd's was a bit more educational purposes only. I think Floyd's was goddamn educational, goddammit. For real. Shit, Floyd walked up out of there with some extra credit on that. Because they thought for sure that Mexican fighter was going to come in there young, strong, and he was going to give Floyd Mayweather his first loss. No, it wasn't to be. Also, there was word out there at cruiserweight. Macabo is coming back into the phone lines and trying to put the word out there that he wants to knock out Canelo. I know. I hate bringing this up because it deals with Demetrius Andrade, but Makabu knows it's a payday. I know you want it. You got a title. You want to make sure you get enough of that title. If you was to face Canelo, you want to get paid enough. I get it. But for Canelo, I told y'all before, that would be his 5th division. I truly believe that, man. He can go up there, fight Makabu, and win the decision, and pick up the WBC belt. And that would pretty much make him a little bit more happier than he is now. Because I know he wants to be a 5-division champion. I tell y'all once again, he's going to be a 5-division champion before he retires. You know why? Because they're going to make sure that he gets that 5th division. Not only that, we're seeing the puppet master himself at work all the time. We're seeing the puppet master himself. Mauricio Suleiman, we see him maneuver, shuffle, slide. He's busy making changes however he see fit, and nobody can do shit about it. You know what I'm saying? So I know Mauricio is going to get him a 5th division. He's going to fight for a WBC title in the cruiserweight division sometime or another. I know that. And don't get it twisted. Don't say some crazy shit to Mauricio, he ain't a promoter. That don't mean shit. Mauricio talk for people behind the scene. He makes shit happen. Man, come on, bro. Man, Mauricio is a shot call up in this motherfucker, dog. Real talk. So he's gonna get Canelo his 5th division. And then he might even be able to get Canelo his 6th division. I'm telling you, man. Canelo, in my opinion, minimal, he's gonna walk out of here a 5-division champion. Putting a little bit more option to it, you know what I'm saying? On the high end, whether it's reachable or not, yeah, it's reachable. But how it's going to go about, how they're going to go about making it, come to fruition, I don't know, people. I just think Mauricio Suleiman is definitely going to look out for Canelo one way or the other. And he's definitely going to get him a 5th division, but that 6th division is possible. It's possible, man. I'm telling you, that 5th division is possible. He's young enough to make that shit happen. If he gets the right opponent, he can get a 6th division. And that's what it is. Shout out to Dmitry Bivol. I really want to see him and Artur Beterbiev fight. I do. I really want to see that. I think of David Benavidez, Dmitry Bivol. I don't know if David Benavidez' cardio will be the same up there. It might, because he's really heavy right now. Dropping weight to 168. We already been through his, dropping the belt on the scales and stuff. But I don't know. I mean, could that be a good fight between Benavidez and Bivol up there? It's just Bivol, just that guy. He's the man. You still have Beterbiev up there, but when you see Bivol fight, man, I'm like, oh, you're taking the older Beterbiev against this damn assassin, bro. When people hear assassin, they shouldn't just think of somebody who goes in there for the kill. It's how they go about the kill. It's not they have the ability to kill. It's how they go about it. You know what I'm saying? Very meticulous, man. Very, very smart, educated boxer. I like him, man. I like how you go in there and get the job done. Keeps the same facial expression, always letting his opponent know, I'm smart. I'm smart. I'm like water. I'm like water. That's what I am. But shout out to them. We'll see how this shit play out. Seriously, we'll see, definitely. UFC 281, baby. Man, it's going down tomorrow, bro. The weigh-ins, It's nothing like that, man. I love the UFC weigh-ins, how they have the initial weigh-ins, man, and then they come back for the ceremonial weigh-ins. I mean, bro, depending on how it is with boxing, who's fighting, I don't know, but the UFC ceremonial weigh-ins, I like it, man. The crowd be into it. I like how they allow the media, certain media, to ask questions to the fighter during the press conference, and then, you know, give the fans the opportunity to hear the fighter speak. You know, they're sitting down, chilling. I'm not saying boxing doesn't do that, but it's just a different type of energy. And then when the ceremonial weigh-ins come in, it just gives you that electricity that you're looking for, that spark. Like the fans be going nuts. You know, the fighters facing off and shit. Even the face-off to me is a bit different when it comes to the UFC. It is. But we have the undisputed middleweight crown being contended. The man himself, Israel Adesanya, is indeed the reigning defending champion. That man has not lost in his division. He has not lost in his division. The only time he's taken an L is when he moved up to 205 to attempt to be great. And he fought the former 205 champion Juan Blachowicz, and he was just too big for Adesanya. You know, he kept taking him down, which is wild with me, right? I thought that would be basically playing itself out at the middleweight division, but the guys never did it. I thought for sure this tall, lanky dude would be taken down, and he would lose simply from grappling, or, you know, GMP, somebody who was top heavy. But it never happened. He was fucking dudes up. I said, man, hell no. The Cuban wrestler, Yoel Romero, hell no, man. He can't fuck with him. Hell no. This is a wrap. Yoel gonna go in there and get this shit done. Nope. Nope. So now he meets a former competitor, a former kickboxing compeer, a former combat specialist who he has a history with. And I'm gonna be honest, I looked at those fights again, and I would say that Adesanya was doing very well. You know, he was doing very well, man. He was doing very well. I'm not gonna lie. Adesanya was doing pretty damn good in there. But let's take a look at the weights. Adesanya came in at 184.6 pounds, and his opponent, Alex Pereira, was having trouble. Alex Pereira had two weight checks. He missed weight, and all the way up to the last minute, he finally came in at 185 pounds. Now, I'm gonna tell you that I don't know how much he struggled. We've seen plenty of fighters come in there and struggle with making weight, but dude, you really don't want to be overdoing it or taking too much extra needed time to kill yourself when you're going in against Adesanya. Adesanya is proven, he's experienced, he's a veteran, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He is a veteran. He's defended his title. He is certified. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But for Pereira, I don't know how much this drained him. You know what I'm saying? He's a big boy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how tough a weight cut that was for him to end up making weight at the last minute. But he made it. All right. You know what I'm saying? The rehydration process works different for everybody who has problem cutting weight, of course. You know what I'm saying? Everybody rehydrate different, but you're talking about 5 rounds, 5 minutes apiece. 5 rounds, 5 minutes apiece. This is for all the crown jewels, man. We understand that the UFC have their own belt system, but it's something about that one UFC belt that really just gives you that picture that you would love to see in boxing? Like, will it be a bit more prestigious if boxing just had one belt per division? Is that impossible to visualize, being that we've been looking at boxing for so many years? It's damn near is. It's damn near impossible to visualize if boxing had one belt, bro. But it's a Pereira wasn't the only fighter to wait until the last second to weigh in. I know the guy Ryan Spann. He and Oberg, his opponent, both missed weight. So instead of Spann getting 20% penalty from freaking Oberg, and instead of Oberg getting 20% penalty from Ryan Spann, they're gonna have 20% of their purchase deducted, and it's gonna go to UFC. You know what I'm saying? Both of them came in overweight. Carlos Ulberg, rather, he came in 205.2, and Ryan Spann came in 206.6. But the real deal is the rest of the heavy hitters on the main card. Carla Esparza, the co-main event, 114.6 versus Zhang Weili, 114.8. And then Dustin Poirier, the diamond himself, came in at 156 versus Michael Chandler, who came in 155.8. That's going to be fireworks right there. Frankie Edgar, the legend himself. Frankie the answer Edgar at one point in time was my favorite fighter, man. I looked at how short he was, but his boxing was crazy. And his wrestling, he had boxing and wrestling for his size, man. He's a legend, bro. I'm gonna hate to see Frankie leave the sport. And he's looking more older now. And I seen him get freaking lit up by Corey Sandhagen. Oh my mother of Christ. When I seen him get lit up by Corey Sandhagen, that was one of the most brutal flying knees in mixed martial arts. It's been the Jorge Masvidal and Ben Askren. Yes, sir. It is. But they damn near close, man, because it's just the way Jorge set that up and knocked out Askren and how stiff he was. Vice Edgar basically trying to get in on the shot, changed levels, and Corey Sandhagen met him right there. Oh man, he didn't see it coming. He's just too short, and he knocked him out fucking cold, dog. I think he's gonna get knocked out on tomorrow. Then you have Dan Hooker, also a lightweight competitor, came in 155.8 versus Claudio Puelles, 155.2. And of course, you have the prelims that's coming in ESPN Plus at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So let's go back up to the main event. We already know what the history is between these guys. Okay, that goes without saying. We know the history that's between these guys. We understand that they know each other very well in the kickboxing arena. All right, in the kickboxing arena. We talk about how a fighter can be so experienced, right? To be able to get a shot. In boxing, if you take someone with the experience level of Alex Pereira, you're saying to yourself, there's no way in hell he's getting that shot. It's not happening. He's not going to get the shot, bro. I don't care who you are, you're not going to get the shot. It's just not going to happen. But in the mixed martial arts realm, if you have a prior rivalry with somebody and it's enough for the fans to start talking about it, okay, let's start talking about this. And it's enough history to the point where people are still curious as to see if Adesanya and Pereira live up to the hype. Is Pereira the guy who come up here and dethrone Adesanya? He's the only guy to defeat Adesanya twice in kickboxing. Does he have the goods? Can he transfer that skill set over to MMA and get it in? That's the big question. That is the big question, bro. So let's go through some stuff. Adesanya is 23-1 in MMA, 12-1 in UFC, dog. Like I said, the one loss came when he moved up to light heavyweight. He will put his middleweight title on the line Saturday against Pereira, who is 6-1 MMA, and 3-0 UFC. 3-0, y'all. Could you imagine? This man is 3-0 in the UFC. And he gets a title shot with the guy that's 12-1 UFC. Overall, 23-1. But within that 12-1, you may say to yourself, that's not a lot. It is a lot when you talk about the championship fights he's had now. He hasn't lost the belt since gaining it. Since he won the belt, he hasn't lost it. He hasn't been defeated in the middleweight division. So that's why it makes it really, really exciting with and a bit suspenseful when it comes to Alex Pereira. Because Alex is saying that his ground game is much better than people think. You know, Alex is the one that actually have that punching power that Adesanya totally remembers, because he knocked him cold. He knocked him out cold. It's a part of me that look at Adesanya and I say, man, he's a warrior, dog. You know, Adesanya's a warrior for real. He's improved. He continued to improve. He has his arrogance about him, which I don't care about. You know what I'm saying? Good. He's a champ. He should have some arrogance. It's just difficult for me to go against Adesanya with this guy. It's just difficult. I think the cage time rather that he has in the UFC, and also the championship hours. I don't see Pereira getting it done. I understand that a lot of people believe that when you're from Brazil, you're going to automatically be the king of BJJ. I get it. But who the fool if you believe Adesanya hasn't been working on this BJJ? Who the fool if you believe he hasn't been working on his takedown defense? Now you have two guys who absolutely can kickbox. So it takes us back to two wrestlers. Two wrestlers most of the time is not going to waste their time clinching on the cage. Like sometime it happened, i.e. Kamaru Usman, freaking Tyron Woodley. I mean, it's been plenty of fighters that want to lay and pray. And that was it happens every so often. Dana White to get in their ass and say, if you think you're going to be fighting in the UFC doing that bullshit, don't come back. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to get any big fights. You're not going to be on TV. You think you're just going to come in here and lay on your opponent and squeak out a win because you can wrestle real good? That's not going to happen. Or Dana say, I'm going to put you in there with somebody who has takedown defense just as good, can wrestle just as good, and I'm going to show you what it is. So when you get two fighters that can wrestle, usually they do stand up. You get two fighters that's good at BJJ, they do stand up. But kickboxing consists of stand up. You know what I'm saying? Kickboxing consists of punches and kicks. However you thread those combinations together so they can be effective on your opponent, you do it. So if they decide to cancel one another out with their stand-up game, will one of them attempt to try to take it to the ground? That's the big question, man. You know, people want to know, is he going to bring some of that Brazilian recipe that's known to be, you know, grapplers in every corner over there in Brazil? You know what I'm saying? Is he going to bring that to the cage? That's a big question of mine, man. Who's going to press who? Will Adesanya press to put Pereira up against the cage? If Pereira try to change levels and get the takedown, can Adesanya defend it, or will he be taken down? I haven't seen no one damaged Adesanya on his back. I haven't seen nobody put him there for an extensive time. Can Pereira do that? I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just know he has a knockout win over Adesanya. Seriously, he has a knockout win, bro. Let me get to these chats. Let me go to the live chat. Shout out to Shot News. The Sauce Experience, aka Showtime Shaw. What's good with it? What's good? Team Tucker in the building. Gooch, what's good? Shout out to All Combat Sports. WCS, what's good, brother? What's good with it, Gooch? How you feeling, brother? I think he might stop Canelo. He absorbed Canelo power, and his rangemanship is his rangemanship is elite. He positions himself to where he doesn't allow Canelo to reset. Canelo has peaked. Bivol is evolving. And imagine him evolving with just the amount of fights he has. 21 victories, bro. Man, he's something special to watch. I ain't gonna lie. Lost Art of Boxing. What's good with it, Q? Salute to you, brother. Toby Bartlett in the building. Salute WCS in the chat. Yes, salute to you too, man. Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans. You know it, man. Thank you. Salute to you. Shout out to the UK. Chaos say salute Toby, El Padrino, Sultan Shah. Fallback say WCS listening while drawing up some roofing estimates. Real talk, bro. Shout out to the ones that's out there getting it in, man, grinding. This man up here drawing up some roof estimates. I know what that is. Just want to thank you for your service, our beautiful country. You guys and girls are true heroes. Thanks a million. WCS. Appreciate that, man. Thanks for the kind words. Real talk, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, people say what they say. They say thank you for the service, and that shit just roll off. But, you know what I'm saying? We just take it. We don't look for it. We just say we accept it. We digest it. We keep it close to us. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that, man. Fall back in the building. Shot News, salute, brother. Hope you're good, bro. Team Tucker. Yeah, Team Tucker coming up once again next month. We inside 30. You know what I'm saying? We inside 30 days. Boxing fans, you know, the Tucker experience, man. I call him dance hall. Dude is a freaking dance hall boxer, bro. But he's coming up on December 10th, man. Once again, lights, camera, action. He's going in there for his 10th professional bout. One of the most entertaining fighters in the welterweight division, man. Especially when you come to the young lions that's coming up. He's one of them, man. He's gonna get his shot sooner or later. He has to keep on working like everybody else, but he's gonna get his shot. You know, people tuned in to him. You know, Shot News, man, one of the more prominent team members that come over here. That's on YouTube talking this boxing. Man, check out his IG, man. His own material, his own content. You know what I'm saying? He's dealing with, you know, the amateurs that's down there in the gym. They're doing big things over there. Big things. You know what I'm saying? Big things. Growth is everything, bro. I can tell you right off the rip, man. The dude has grown exponentially, bro. Real talk. Goose say off topic. Every time somebody say off topic. Off topic. Ever heard of John the Panther James? Did you not ask me that the other day? Didn't you ask me that the other day? Are you John the Panther James? Didn't you ask me that the other day and I told you no? Are you John the Panther James? If you are, just say you are. I'm just curious because I could have sworn you asked me that the other day, and I told you I did not know him. Let me know. But I'm really looking forward to this fight. It's not that I think it's going to be extremely challenging, right? I think it's going to be a good fight, but I just think Adesanya experience in his championship rounds and the opponents, his resume up to this point. Dude, he's been in there with some hitters, man. He's dispersed Apollo Costa, man, Yoel Romero, man, Robert Whitaker twice, Marvin Vettori twice, Brad Tavares. Dude, stop the press, man. For real, stop the press. This dude has been in there. They at Madison Square Garden right as we speak, going down tomorrow, ESPN Plus. And of course, when you get a fight card like this from the UFC and they put on a championship, a double header championship main event, and you know, they give you the co-main and the main event, and people are going to look at it like, well, Carla Esparza, who is that? She was the first women's strawweight champion coming out of Ultimate Fighter Finale number 20. She beat Thug Rose Namajunas, who was still developing. It's just Esparza wrestling was much more stronger, and you know, she was able to get the takedowns. It's just Rose was still in development stages, to the point where, you know, she was just reckless. She was in there doing some karate, jumping kicks, and just being just rambunctious in there. And then when Esparza was able to get in on and take her down, she was heavy on top. So she was pretty much able to stall her, idle, you know, land some punches, and Rose lost that fight. So she would go on, Carla Esparza would go on and lose her title. You know what I'm saying? Man, Joanna would go on to have her multiple defenses until she met freaking Rose Namajunas. Rose knocked her out, got a rematch, boom. She would go on and then have her fight. You know what I'm saying? Jessica Andrade. Jessica Andrade won, dumped her on the head, knocked her semi-unconscious. Jessica Andrade then go in and fight Zhang Weili. That's the opponent of Carla Esparza tomorrow night in the 115-pound women's strawweight division. She was stopped, Jessica Andrade, in the first round. The Pocket Tyson went in there with the wrong game plan, which against another short, strong, stocky, power packed of a puncher, and she knocked her out. Then Zhang Weili will finally, you know, Zhang Weili will find herself in there with a former champion, Rose Namajunas, again. That's after she fought Joanna Jędrzejczyk. So she goes in there and boom, she fights Rose Namajunas and get head kicked in the first round and get knocked out. Dana White said, "I give you another shot." Boom, give us another shot. She loses via decision. That's Rose Namajunas. She knocked out Joanna Jędrzejczyk in the first round, and she knocked out Zhang Weili. Two-time women's strawweight champion. She was the first woman to do it. Now Carla Esparza is a two-time women's strawweight world champion. So therefore, it leads us to this right here. How is this going to end? How and what have Zhang Weili, who has very limited championship experience, but she's been a champion, she has very limited championship experience, vice Carla Esparza, in my opinion, who has a better resume, of course, and she has more experience. Her wrestling is A1. Her boxing is on point. I'm just curious to know how Zhang Weili is going to handle this. You know what I'm saying? She has the power in her left and right hand, but what about your takedown defense? What about the takedown defense? Or Weili, she might come in there and try her own, you know what I'm saying, clinching. Just because you clinch a fighter doesn't mean you're going to get the takedown. Sometimes they clinch up against a cage to wear them down, fatigue them, the dirty boxing on the inside, and then they easily get the takedown. It all depends, man. That shit will deplete your energy quick. But it's 5 rounds, 5 minutes apiece. 2 champions. You know what I'm saying? Zhang Weili's been a champion. She's former champion. Carla Esparza is a reigning defending undisputed champion. So we're going to see how this plays out, y'all. It's going to be very, very interesting. Pay-per-view, main event pay-per-view. Where did you go, Gooch? you must be John the Panther James, Gooch. You must be him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, where did you go, bro? I'm trying to learn more about the fighter. If you are John, look, if you are the guy, John James, right? All I want to know is you the guy? Because you asked me that before. If you're the guy, educate me on what you did back in the day, bro. How experienced you are. Fall back. I'm with you, brother. We all should respect the people that allowed us to have our freedom to do what we want to do. Huge respect to all the veterans worldwide. A big shout out to all the vets, bro. Big shout out to everyone who was beneath the umbra of the nation's colors. Salute to y'all. And people don't know, man. You know, people have no idea what it does to families, man. People have no idea what it does to family. They just think of the veterans, like, thank you for your service. No, that's not it. It's not just thank you for your service. It's everything that embodies what we had to deal with, and also the destruction of our families when we was deployed all those times. Forget. Okay, put the combat aside. We got to talk about all the dang deployments in between time in other countries where we was training all that time, where kids growing up, wives doing whether they have the strength to hold it down or they abort mission. I'm out. Can't do it no more. You already know. I got Bud beating Spencer if the fight happens. Stop it, bro. Stop it, man. Stop it, bro. What's going on? Then rap with Real Rap the Regal. What's good? With Peace W says, salute to you, brother. Salute to you. Man, make sure y'all sub to the channel, man. You know, it's all good. It's definitely good to see the subscribers going up, being that so many people pay attention to them. Just sub to the channel, man. Y'all continue to sub to the channel. Obviously, you tuning in. Appreciate that. Real talk. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. It's not going to always be a rebuttal video. You know what I'm saying? I know people like controversy and everything, but that's just not what I do. You know, that's not what I do all the time. I would give it some attention every now and then, but I definitely got to stick to boxing. I got to continue to educate myself on this shit, and hopefully people learn something. You know what I'm saying? So tomorrow I will be covering UFC 281 though. Absolutely. Y'all hold on for a second. All right, we're back. The past week been an eye-opener for me when it boils down to Bud and Spence. I won't pick a side as far as why the fight ain't going down, but when the fight does happen, I got Bud. Well, I'm not sure what the eye-opener's been. I mean, maybe you can explain what the eye-opener's been. While you do that, I'm gonna zip this up. Tomorrow, y'all be sure to tune in for UFC 281, all the MMA fans. The card is heavy, bro. I put it in the description and everything. The card is very, very good. I'm looking forward to the Michael Chandler Dustin Poirier fight. I truly really looking forward to that. And the co-main event, the main event, of course. But overall, collectively, it's just me looking at some of these younger fighters coming up on the prelims, seeing who could be the next best thing, who's going to be the star. Some of the fighters that's continue to rising up the ranks. So that's what I look at. You know what I'm saying? Seriously. That's what I look at. Is Pereira the dude who can take the momentum that he had against the wins that he achieved against Adesanya, thread him over to the UFC and has that same outcome? Is he the alpha in between the two? Is he just that good of a fighter that Israel Adesanya met his match? You know what I'm saying? Even though it looked like he did what he was supposed to do in those kickboxing matches. He was fared pretty decent, Adesanya. He did. He looked good. I really think he improved over here in mixed martial arts. I do. And I see him beating Alex Pereira. Seriously. Anything can happen though. I didn't see the Leon Edwards and Kamaru Usman fight end in that way. I saw it going just the way the first 4 rounds went. I seen Kamaru Usman dominate Leon, and then he gets caught with a high kick, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, where did that shit come from? Somebody check the roof. Somebody got there and check his ears. Somebody must have an earpiece in there. Now, go. Leon threw that kick over the top. The rest is history. The rest is history, bro. You know what I'm saying? The rest is history. But definitely check that out. Definitely check that out, man. What still seems to be the confusion with Bud Crawford? Huh? Yin Yang twins. The past week been an eye opener. I've read that. Fallback say Tony B, WBS, my granddaddy was in the USMC, World War II. Used to love talking to him about the wars and how things were back then. Hey man, I wish I had a grandpa that was in the freaking service. You know what I'm saying? To talk to me about the military, because I'm the only one out of my family went to the military. Shit, I'm the only one out of many of my relatives went in the military. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, I don't have nobody that I'm attached to on the family tree that went into the Marines. I'm still trying to see. Like when I was trying to get some of my family members to say, hey man, go over to the military with me. I know how to get you in. I know what's going on and how it works down here at PI or whatever. Man, you can come down here, I can look out for you. Nah, man, you got that. You have that. You work for the man, not me. You can do what you want to do. Yeah. I said, all right, cool, man. All right. I went to somebody else. Hey, man, you want to go in the military? I heard you're not doing well, this, that, and that. Nah, man, you can have that, though. I ain't going in there getting piss test and all that shit, man. I'll leave that up to you. You do that. All right, cool. What Deontay Wilder to this day? Don't be mad at me, bro. I go through pain too. Don't be mad at me, because I extended the olive branch to you and I asked you straight up, hey man, I can get you in here, real talk. I know how everything works. Nah, man, you can have that. I ain't gonna put on no uniform every day and do what somebody else tell me what to do. But you're working for somebody though. Man, that's different. I can get off work and goddamn do what I gotta do, smoke me some weed, and then I can go back to work. I ain't going in there. I can't do nothing. All right, cool, bro. But shout out to Fallback, man. You know what I'm saying? I wish I had some grandparents that was in the military, though. I just wish I had some grandparents that I can have, that back then I had communication with. You can just sit down and we can chop it up on the stoop. You know what I'm saying? Grandma outlived grandpa. You know, both of my grandmothers outlived. Real talk, like I wanted to talk to the granddaddies, but now, I've been leaning towards Bud since the live stream, but this recent video from Spence and the response from his fans not a good look. The DAZN piece with Bud really made an impression on me. Well, at least you know you. I'm gonna put it to you like this, cause you are straddling fence heavy, and that's no knock on you. I mean, it seems like you're finding out bits and pieces in the news and everything, and that's the way I always felt. Like certain areas of how he is as a person, how he is as a boxer, that kind of makes up my mind a lot. I really just never really been in I don't know, man. Like, I see some of the stuff that Spence get away with, and his people never spoke on it. I did a live talking about the 12 days on how he beat Sean Porter, potentially fight of the year and all that. How he was at a high point in his career. He goes out here and have an accident. Okay? I look at how people just use the accident, their blunts. And they'll say some shit like, oh man, he came back from an accident and he beat Danny Garcia's ass. Man, an accident couldn't take him down. An accident couldn't stop him. They're making light of this man's tribulation. You know what I'm saying? A tribulation is going to cause him residual effects later on in life. Like I said, months upon months ago, I said he was going to have residual effects from that. You just don't land on pavement and the soft tissue. Now, there's a thing called CTE. CTE doesn't have to be from you putting on a motherfucking helmet. CTE happens in boxing too. But what I've seen played out, man, I guess I'm taking a different approach to it. I just see what I expected from these guys. They willing to take the lower, they're willing to play limbo with this shit, bro. Seriously. They willing to play limbo instead of standing up and talking on what they see. They want to attempt to convince people that it was a skit. It was a skit. They tell me it's a TikTok skit, but you don't see shit up there from TikTok, bro. You don't see a motherfucking thing in TikTok. We was on Q Channel the other day and doing a thorough look at the video. Where's the TikTok shit? Were you trying to say they used some software and this? There wasn't no software used in that shit. That's real. That's her talking. Why? Okay, let me ask the Spencerholics this. If you're talking that was a TikTok, then what benefit is it to the brand? Where's his people at? That's a bad look for him. Real talk. I got Style been a KO. Fourth round. I think he gonna stop him, bro. I don't like calling knockouts like that because dude obviously has some power. But I just think the window of opportunity and the timing and the punch placement really worked well for him in kickboxing. But this is mixed martial arts. You know what I'm saying? Both of these fighters can kick. Both of these guys can punch. Like I said, will it be a stand-up war? If it is, let's see who got the most resilience. We've seen Adesanya in a war. We've seen him in a war. We've seen him get bloodied up. We've seen it. We've seen him say, I'm ready to die. I don't know what to tell you. Adesanya is a style bender, bro. I can't go against Adesanya no more, bro. I had to see him decline right in front of my eyes, and that's that. I can't sit up here because I predicted that dude would get beat before he even get a title. And he kept on knocking them off. Knocking their chin into the damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, no. I thought Robert Whittaker, I say, man, he ain't beat Robert Whittaker. Robert Whittaker, a rugby player, bro. He ain't a rugby player, that tall, skinny mouth. He can't play no rugby. Robert Whittaker, man, he's a more rough and tough type of dude. He beat him. We'll seal the deal. 2 things, though. He said, we'll seal the deal with 2 things, though. 1, Nate the Snake Jones basically said alcohol is killing Errol's brain cells, and he's a former boxer. He knows alcohol takes years off your career. And you dealing with them organs, brother. You dealing with those organs is something else, bro. After, let me see, let me highlight this. Bud was asking question. How he up on the cards? I'm down? They saying I'm down? Not even 30 seconds later, he goes out there and drops him. But the patience, the methodical action, he dropped. That's what I'm saying about Bud, man. I see what you're saying. I understand it. I understand that same thing. Because I knew from seeing Bud how he operate, he does have that killer instinct on his side. He does have the switch where he can basically delegate strict authority and get the results that we want to see. It may not be pretty, it may not be tactically, astute, but we still get some education out of it because he throws away the offensive strategy and he goes in on the attack. At the end of the day, this is boxing. This is the hurt business. So let's not be pretty. You know what I'm saying? Let's not be pretty. And talking about, we just want to see some boxing skills and some technical know-how. That's all we want to see today. We don't want to see that Wild Wild West ghetto project shit, okay? Leave that at home. No, this is boxing. This is the hurt business. So if somebody can throw away the game plan and dog walk their opponent and get it in and get the stoppage, then and they continue to do that shit, oh, okay. Grandpa and all his brothers went in. Man, at least most men was just built different back then. Well, it's called the DRAFT. Some of them dudes had no choice but to go in. Seriously, some of them guys had no choice but to go in. You know what I'm saying? That draft was a mother. That draft was something else, bro. He dropped Porter twice, man. Real kill mode switch in his brain. So with the years experience has knocked off himself due to alcohol and accident, I really don't see him being a match for Bud. We'll have to see, man. I want to keep hope alive, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? I want to keep hope alive. I really want to see Spence get the opportunity to grace the square. We may never see that, though. We may never see that. Now that all this has came to light and what's been going on behind the scenes, we may not see the fight. And these same individuals, right, be on here talking, saying that if Bud would have stayed in negotiations, which the fight wasn't happening, right? If he would have stayed in negotiations like a good little boy and went into 2023, then we wouldn't have to have Spence fighting Turman. I mean, they just gonna continue to come up with something, man. You know what I'm saying? You stop at B, they're gonna go to C. You stop at C, they're gonna bring D in there. You stop at D, they go to E. Then they're gonna start skipping shit. I'm gonna go to M. And then when they get back to Z, you think they're gonna stop? Oh, Z is the last one. What you gonna do now? I'm going back to A. They're gonna always move that shit around, bro. They don't want to accept what they see. They willing to stick with each other. They have basically developed a pack with one another. That's all. That's all. They just develop a pack and they're willing to stick to the same subject. Just in my opinion, Bud has been showing that he's that dude outside of the ring these past couple of weeks. And we know he shows he's that inside the ring. Erin showed me both. I don't know, man. I don't know. Some people, they'll sit up here and say that Errol, is a pressure cooker, and he's going to hit you with a barrage of authoritative punches, and he's going to give you that infliction that his opponents will break down over time. That's what they say. He breaks down his opponent. He debilitates him. He takes control. But I'm saying to myself, like, you're very much a one-dimensional fighter. You're very much a one-dimensional fighter. The reason why you and Sean Porter looked the way it did is because Sean Porter was known to change up his style and become a one-dimensional fighter. He's proven that he can switch it up. You know what I'm saying? He's proven that the way he fought Errol Spence and Adrian Granados is not the way he has to fight all the time. If you look back at Julius Diaz, he didn't fight him like that. If you look back at Julius Ndongo, he didn't fight him like that. You know what I'm saying? If you look back at Sebastian Formella, he didn't fight him like that. But he fought Adrian Broner like that. He fought Errol Spence like that. He fought Adrian Granados like that. You know what I'm saying? He fought Turman like that. He proved that he can switch up his fight. He fought Crawford different. He didn't fight Crawford like he fought Spence. But the reason why that fight was so-called, quote-unquote, entertaining for the Spencerholics is because they actually believed that Spence was smart. And he went in there and fought Porter at his own game plan. When in fact, he was fighting Porter at Spence's own game plan, because that's the way he fight. He fights that way too. Except Porter has shown that he has a level of adaptation. He has different fighting skills. Errol Spence has shown that he can come forward behind the jab, stay active with the jab, and put his hands together, land some combinations, stay in front of you. Now, he's proven that, but when you level up the competition, he's in trouble. You factoring in everything that's happened, he's in trouble, bro. It don't matter what the narratives are over here on YouTube, you in trouble. You in trouble. If the fight happens next year, it happens. I still have Terrence Crawford stepping on his ass, and he don't make it up out to 6. I don't say he don't make it past 6 rounds, man. I know it's hard for them to believe that, but I don't think he does. I just got Bud winning the fight. I can see it being too much for Spence. I can see Bud avoiding Errol's strength and turning them to weaknesses. He's a very smart fighter, man. He's a very smart fighter. Very smart. See, one thing when they're pushing narratives, they never want to give Bud credit for his intelligence. Not just inside the ring, but outside the ring. It takes a lot of intelligence not to pick up a drink. Even if you having a chevaux with your people, you're in the company of friends and family, not to be able to indulge in that just for the moment and say, okay, I'm going running anyway, so I'm going to sweat this out. I was a firm believer, like my conscience, like I really wasn't a drinker like that. But the times I did get fucked up, I come back home and I immediately go. Like sometimes I was fucked up and when I was much younger, I go in there, change over and go for a run. Now that first mile, that shit was motherfucking hell. Because your body go through changes, but mentally it's amazing. If you get yourself in a freaking way that if you don't go in there for 1 second and pause and say, shit, I'm gonna sit on the bed for a little bit, I'm just gonna sleep a little bit and no. You gotta go in there, boom, change over, hit the road. It's almost like you gotta be a zombie for a split window. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be a zombie. Your mind is telling you no, lay your ass down, take a shower, lay your ass down. No, go in there, change over, go run that shit out. Cause you're gonna feel like shit all day. By the time you get to the 1.5 miles, 2 miles, man, you feeling good. Man, you wet down the mall, you sweating and shit, man. You can smell the alcohol and shit, man, the liquor. Shit, dog. Fallback salute, brother. Respect to your granddad. I'm 52, and my granddad was enlisted in World War II, but was D2 after D-Day. Only 24 hours after the start, things were still pretty hot. For sure, man. Appreciate that. That's what's up, bro. That is what's up. That's what's up. The world wars, man, they was crucial, man. They was crucial. Real talk. Crucial. Shout out to the World War vets, man. It was a lot of shit that they didn't have that we have today. You know what I'm saying? The technology has totally changed. That's why there was so many casualties back then. You know what I'm saying? So many casualties. The way they became casualties, though. Mistakes. You know what I'm saying? The lack of freaking canopy, concealment. Just think about Vietnam, man. We was on their territory. Imagine how those Americans lost their life out there. Ooh. The ones that was captured. What they went through. The POWs. But things took its toll with my grandpa because he kept things quiet. That's why I got so much respect to all the servicemen and women. You know, some of us can keep it quiet, but still it's painful. You know what I'm saying? Still it's painful. David says, correct me. And all 8 of him brothers had to no choice. I just meant the demeanor of men back then. You gotta look at the way the man was back then, outside of social media. You know, a lot of them was trying to be the head of their household. A lot of families ran different back then. You can have some of the hires, you know, go into the service and others will follow because, you know, they felt there was a pretty decent way of living. But you did have a lot of wars going on back there, so you had to be considered. You know, hearing your people say you're a hero for going in, giving you the respect. But when you got that call and that draft, or you found out you was going to war, you know, some of them cats didn't want to go in there. You know what I'm saying? And people praise Muhammad Ali for being an objector to that. He didn't want to go in there and serve. But you do that shit now, you consider a traitor. You're going to jail. Just like you're going to be in trouble. You're going to have something on your record forever and a day. Like back when I was coming up in there, you can have a freaking incident, fighting in the club, freaking alcohol related incident, and you can still survive and pick up rank. Now, hell no. You get in trouble right now, alcohol related incident, you know what I'm saying? DWI, DUI, it'll take you forever to recover. You're done. They probably force you to retire. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things done changed back then. You want to deny going over to combat? Oh, you're done. You're going straight to the brig. Court-martial. Reduction in rank. See ya. It's not happening, bro. It's not happening. Real talk. Shout out to them Warriors, though. W says, I'm glad I finally had a little time to chat. I'm going to finish up these estimates while watching. Once again, to you, have a happy Veterans Day. Appreciate you, brother. Be safe out there. You know what I'm saying? You and your crew. You know what I'm saying? Getting that work in. Real talk. Much respect to y'all, man. Because when it come to me, shit, the only thing I know from a roof is when somebody else is doing something on it. I used to climb roofs as a kid, amazingly. But that's some hard work now. Looking at a roof get put on one of my cribs, I'm like, shit, that's hard ass work, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be safe up there, bro. Real talk. BS, if Errol has been using most training camps to lose weight to get to 147, how can he learn anything new? That's true words, Toby. Talk that. That's true. How can he learn anything different? If he been having fat camps, well, put it this way. I always say that it's always room to learn. He's been learning some shit. It's just, instead of him having 2-a-days or something like that, he probably had to have 3-a-days. So he had to come back in there and lose a certain amount of weight and stay on target. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm looking back at the nutritionist, right? Why they hired this nutritionist and they was boosting them up. Because I just think, like, I said this to people, right? And they took it the wrong way, of course. But all I'm saying, do your own homework. I went to the WBC. I went to their site. Because you're talking about a person that's in fitness and shit back in the day, right? So I said, okay, Errol's used to ballooning up in weight and he got some issues. Like, I'm listening to the people behind the scenes tell me this shit. So I said, okay, if he got some issues with drinking and cheating and goddamn, sneaking shit and not staying on course, where's this nutritionist? Are these nutritionists really doing what they're supposed to do? To keep him? Because regardless, if somebody there to cook you meals, you got to pay him. And you got to eat the meals. When you eating healthy and you have to stay on that diet plan, it's not fun. Because you can eat 6 meals a day, and a lot of people say, oh man, 6 meals a day, that's a lot of food. No, you have measured portions. And when it's time for you to eat again, you're super hungry. So you're ready to eat. Boom, your body absorbs all that up, that protein and everything. So you start seeing the transformation. You start losing weight, transferring the fat over the muscle, and you start maintaining, however you doing, whatever fitness goals you're trying to make, right? So peep this out. I said, shit, I want to see the last time he was on VADA. When was the last time he signed up from VADA? So I went over there, and the last time he was signed up for VADA was before the Sean Porter fight. Before the Sean Porter fight. That's another thing they don't mention. They feel everything is everything. You know what I'm saying? But the Shakers and Mover, they can make shit pop. They're the connect. The last time he was up in VADA, go check it out for yourself. Or do you want me to pull it up? Do y'all want me to pull it up? Because I went over there to check. I said, I want to know the last time he was in the VADA program. When he was signed up for the VADA program. I want to see the last time. The clean boxing program, I want to see it. I went over there. That shit was before the Sean Porter fight. Imagine that. Before the Sean Porter fight, they had to get him ready after the accident to come back and fight Danny Garcia. And shit still wasn't right. Anybody and everybody who knows the shit knows damn well there are ways to cut corners. They just don't like hearing it. They don't like hearing it. What's going on, Major Key? How you feeling, bro? They just don't like hearing it. But if it's right there in front of your face, right, and you can read it, and you totally get it, then guess what? Don't try to sit up here and act like, no. What do you mean, no? That's what it says. Nah, man, I ain't believing that, man. That shit ain't always updated. It is updated, though. It has a date right there. It gives you the month and date, 29, it gives you what you need. Man, I ain't looking at that, man, because I don't even think that's I don't think that shit reliable. What do you mean it's not reliable? It's a site. It's WBC's site. You know what I'm saying? You sure? You sure? You sure this the site? Because there's people putting up sites all the time. This might not be the real site. There's plenty of sites out here. They just don't want to admit to it. They don't want to accept reality, bro. They refuse to accept reality. When you have an accident and the car doesn't have a roof on it and you are ejected because you don't have a seatbelt on and you hit the pavement, you're going to have some soft tissue damage. People, that's just the way it is, man. You may not want to hear it, but that's just the way it is. You're going to have soft tissue damage. And then when it comes to the brain, that's a whole nother story. Neurologically, you might be placed in a position where you have residual effects, either that deals with your memory or your mechanical. You know what I'm saying? The commands that come from the headquarters that tell your body. The relay switch might be a little bit loose. You know what I'm saying? Your brain may be telling your body to do something and you just can't pull the trigger. You know what I'm saying? There may be some crossing guards at the synapses gap that's telling you, nope, can't come over right now. You know what I'm saying? It's not safe. Did you see those signs up there? Danger zone, not safe. The brain ain't firing off the way it should be to tell you what you need to do. That can be at home or in the ring. When I heard he had the accident, right? Forget the drinking, the being drunk in public. I already know that shit. Like, I already know that was going to fuck him up if he continued. But I remember the Spencer Hawley saying back in the day, talking about he done changed himself around and everything since the accident. He's good. He's on track. I say, y'all fools. Y'all fools. If you believe he recovered from that accident, just because he came in here and fought Danny Garcia and it takes him one fight and he's good, and you're looking at his interviews, right? You're listening to his interviews, and you know damn well the Errol Spence sound differently. He's laughing, he's slurring his speech, all that. And they always talk about how young he is than Terrence Crawford, right? And I'm saying to myself, yeah, that should be even more alarming that he's younger than Terrence Crawford and sounds the way he do. Because he, and approximately when he get around his 40s, like when he get around 40 years old, you may not be able to understand the word he's saying. People want to laugh at Riddick Bowe. You know what I'm saying? They want to laugh at these fighters that have slurred speech. But here's a fighter who actually had an accident. Here's a fighter who doesn't sound the same the way he used to on interviews. But these individuals that support him heavy, they overlook the shit. They just look at it like, nah, you hating. No, I'm saying for you to make the assessment. Do you feel he sounds different? No, he sounds the same. But you ain't in his best interest, though. You're not in his best interest. You're just up here saying shit because it sounds good. You're not identifying that the man definitely sounds bad. He sounds bad. So if he's sounding that way, don't you think him being in a sport where he's getting punched in the head, don't you think it's going to come a time and place where Lawrence Cole is not going to be able to save him from those punches Yadinas Ugas was applying, when the body that's actually in there is Terrence Bud Crawford and he's fully aware of what's going on? You think it's going to be a way out? You think the referee is going to be there specifically to engage and insert himself every time they come into a punch exchange? It's going to be a referee there like they do in the UK? No. Break. No. Break. Break. That's not going to be the case. That fight is not going down like that, man. Because it's going to be a moment that those gloves touch his jawline, and he's not going to be able to respond and pull the trigger like he wants to. They think Crawford is any opponent he ever been in the ring with. And then they'll turn around and say, well, Errol is not an opponent, not any opponent that Crawford's been in the ring with. Okay, let's use that scenario and let's put it like this, where they at right here in life. What does Crawford have in his life where you can grab and you can explain to the people, okay, this is what I want to talk about, these two situations right here. I feel he basically suffered a lot in these situations right here. That kind of took some boxing years off his life, his career. These two situations right here, because he had a what's the word I'm looking for? He has a habit of doing this shit over here that affects his boxing career. And then you take Spence and you look at the situation he's had. And then you hear the people sit up here and say what? They try to ignore it. They know what he's had in public, but they don't want to talk about it. And I just sit back and I say, you know what? They should really know that it doesn't matter if they're ignoring it or not. It happened. It doesn't matter if you ignore it. It happened. It doesn't matter if you say the video is a TikTok skit. It happened. He looked bad. It doesn't matter that you ignore the car accident and act like he doesn't have any residual effect. It happened and he's still affected. You're in complete denial. So when it comes time for, this fight to go back, if it does, into negotiation, if he's able to make 147, people up here trying to find out who he's going to fight next. Look, what if they can't risk it? Seriously, they bring Keith Thurman out the lagoon, right? They bring Keith Thurman out the lagoon, and suppose they keep floating that shit around out here that Arrow's gonna fight the guy he said he'll never fight. What is the Spencer Hawley's gonna say about that? Oh, Al Heyman forced that fight. Okay, cool. So, minimal, he has 2 fights. When he said he only had 2 fights remaining, now you have 2 more fights. Your Dean is supposed to be in your first fight, and the next fight is supposed to be in your second, so you can move up. The crazy part about diet is mentally, if you are indulging in alcohol and doing things that make you feel good, mentally a diet will fuck with you harder than the alcohol. Because if you're fucking off your body, right, by drinking, but yet you're trying to cut weight, you're messing with your sugar levels. Your sugar level goes through a transition where your body start to crave that sugar, like, you know what I'm saying? They crave a little bit of sugar here and there because they got you eating clean. They cooking this food and they got you eating clean, goddamn, very minimal sodium intake. They really trying to give you the highest protein and to get you where you need to be. That's how that works. But when you start to drop weight, of course, any fighter tell you, it gets a little miserable at points for some fighters, especially Spence, who has been undisciplined. You know what I'm saying? He's been undisciplined. He likes to cheat. So when your nutritionists have you on a schedule and they say, okay, per what we know right here, you're at 158 pounds. We have this amount of weeks remaining to your fight. This is the scheduled weight we want to be at this date right here. By a week out from your fight, we need to be at this weight. Now, if they're doing test weights and the weight's not coming off as fast as they want, and they're feeding this man the diet, they're making sure they're cooking it the right way and all that, then he's cheating. I'm just saying, I'm putting a broad scenario out there. He's cheating. That's all I'm saying. He's cheating. Don't be mad at me. I'm just saying he's cheating, bro. And Joker said he built different. Shout out to Major Key, what's good? Tyrese, salute. Hold up. Listen, Major Key. Had to look again, okay. Because they be coming in here with some fake motherfucking accounts, dog. You know what I'm saying? I have to make sure it's who they say it is. Shit. Major Key had like 30 motherfuckers using his shit. Them jokers say he built different. The car wash got to be valued at about 3 to 4 KOs. The car crash. 3 or 4 KOs. Look, I can't even put a number on what the KOs could be, bro. Because put it this way, like, look at it this way, Tyrese. Every puncher's power is different. Every puncher's power is different, right? So dependent on how you gauging the KOs, right? The level of power for which landed the punch, whoever landed the punch. 3 to 4 KOs, now you need to look at the fighter himself. Is the fighter sustaining strength throughout those 3 to 4 KOs, so to speak? You know what I'm saying? Because it's different. It depends on where they at in their career and who they fighting. I look at it as being more than that. Because sometimes when a fighter go through things, they might get KO'd by a fighter who wasn't supposed to KO him. And it might be because they didn't have a good training camp. They might be in, they might have had some difficulties. They might have had an injury. Some fighters get KO'd from having injuries. Some fighters don't have a thorough training camp. And they're unable to do certain strength and conditioning and certain sparring and stuff like that. So they go into the fight with limited sparring. They might get knocked out. But in this case, it was blunt force trauma. Blunt force trauma, dog. This was like a dozen knockouts right here. This is like a dozen knockouts. Because with a human being, we already know a human being can only punch so hard, right? And then we got to depend on who the ref. We got to look at the ref. How long did the ref allow that person to take that punishment? How long did he allow? American Concrete, 1 quitter hitter. 1 quitter hitter. I'm talking about decapitation, 1 quitter hitter. I'm talking about deceased, 1 quitter hitter. I'm talking about never the same, a vegetable, 1 quitter hitter. When you dealing with the concrete, no, we ain't. No, we ain't talking about 3 or 4 KOs, shawty. We ain't talking about 3 or 4 KOs. We talking about a lifetime. Whatever amount of them KOs is in that lifetime, that's where I'm at with it. The concrete is different. I seen a lot of cats that I rode with, full helmet, all that shit. That concrete is undefeated. Andrew on deck. What's good, Andrew? Wasn't he in ICU briefly after the crash? Yeah, you know, he was in the ICU and his people checked him out. You know, he wasn't even, he didn't even go through rehab over there. It's a reason for that. They probably fear for whatever's going on outside, you know, in his personal life. Real talk. Why would you check him out of a hospital? And he's still fucked up. Why would you check him out? He had to do rehab at home. Why would you do that? That's another thing. He didn't even get the proper care as long as he wanted to. Time it was clear for him to leave, they took him back to the house and they rehabbed him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just not right with him. It's just not right, man. Like, as older I get, the older he's getting too. Unfortunately for him, he's basically expediting internally. He may look young on the outside, but internally he's aging rapidly if he continue to do what he's doing. And you know, like, look, I'm not no damn specialist. I'm not sitting up here working in Sacco. I'm not up here, you know, giving these addicts, these fighters who may be addicted to painkillers and shit like that. I'm not the one driving them up there to the damn health and wellness center, going to the 12-step program for freaking 8 weeks. I'm not the one doing it. Well, I'm just saying, chemicals are a motherfucker when it comes to damn the human anatomy. When somebody have an addiction, it's an addiction. They say it all the time. Those people that's around you, they're around you when everything's going good. Adrian Broner even said that. And then when you get down to a dark place, they know where to be found. They out. Because they're not there to be your freaking therapist or your psychologist or your life coach. They're not there for that. They're there for the ride. They're there for your support system. They're there to be ride or die with you. They're not there for all that other stuff because it requires a little bit more responsibility. They don't want to be responsible, some of these people. And some do. And the ones that do, they may get frustrated if they're not getting paid to do it because they can't change him. You think it ain't been people to tell him, hey man, clean up, man, clean up. You think Derrick James ain't told him that? Clean up, bro. Come on, clean up, man. You think they told him, hey man, you ain't on weight, man, what you doing? You need to get tight, man. Come on, bro. What are you doing? You can't go out there and miss weight. So now, if he fights in 2023, right? I'm just trying to put a scenario together because he said he only had 2 fights left, and this next fight will be his 2nd fight. So they're gonna put it out on the media that he planned on moving up to 54. Then I'm just curious to know how that's gonna play out. Does he have enough discipline to continue to lose his weight to drop to 47? Because it's going to be fucked up if he missed weight on those scales. It's going to be fucked up, people. What they going to say now? It's the accident? You can't blame the accident because he already fought 2 fights, right? Right? He already fought 2 fights, right? You can't blame the accident no more. So what you going to blame it on? If he come in there miss weight, you gonna blame it on what? Oh man, he told y'all he been in this division for a long time. He won more than 154. Oh, just out of the blue now, right? That's gonna be the topic of discussion. Out of the blue, he's gonna move with the 154 because it's getting difficult, and he's been that, bro. He's been fucking off for a long time, and now it's crucial. Now it's crucial for him to stay consistent. And the reason why it's difficult for him to be consistent, because he's still cheating himself. When you want to cheat yourself and you get that ooh-wee feeling, that good feeling, these addicts, and then the chemicals that's in that shit to be calling you, just like Pookie, be calling you. Hey, some of these motherfuckers can't pull away from it. They still got to get it, still got to get it. So these dudes will look at a video like that and actually think Errol was acting. These are grown fucking men, dude. Am I right or wrong, Q? These are grown men looking at this shit and talking about, oh, it's a TikTok video. Come on, man. Come on. Man, you've been spending too much time on YouTube. You should go over to TikTok. Check out all the dang TikTok video. Bro, I'm going off what I heard. I've heard human beings in pain from severe injuries. I've heard them up close and personal. How many takes was it for them to get that right? Since they was doing the TikTok video. Where's the conclusion where they say, ta-da, ta-da? Where's the conclusion that somebody present that video to me? $10,000. I'm doing my Anthony Durrell. $10,000. Somebody give me the video where they doing the conclusion. All right. Please. Another $50,000. Another $50,000 for one pregnant picture of his female. Where's that? Anybody found just one picture of her, during the gestation period of that baby? Now, I keep it off that. I'll just keep it off that. I want to find a video, and when they, conclude it, cut the camera off, say, ta-da, we good, ain't we? You ain't going to see it. Because it ain't no motherfucking skit. And if something was a skit, people kind of let people know. If it's giving the wrong vibe out here and making you look crazy, they'll come back with some shit and say, hey, they have on the same clothes. They say, yeah, it was a skit. This what it, no. Somebody just don't sound like Spence and be like so vulnerable, bro. You know what I'm saying? Incapacitated. This is an elite fighter in that position, man. This dude wasn't throwing no combinations when she picked him up like that and was holding the back of his head. He didn't let her know, okay, I'm a fighter. Get the fuck off me, man. No, this dude was limped. This dude was freaking. He was suppressed by something else internally, man. He was under the influence. And then that slurred speech with her picking him up to my baby, go to the bar, he's like, that wasn't acting, bro. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. Real talk. I'm serious, man. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. It only further tells me that y'all desperate. And y'all not even respecting yourselves as content creators. That's so bad, man. Y'all niggas don't even want to respect yourselves as content creators, bro. Y'all wouldn't lie for this man and feel it's okay to do that shit. Why would you do that, man? Why would you see something that if you had a relative in that same position and you heard them like that, you would say, okay, they got a substance abuse problem. They're dependent. They're addict. But you look at Spence and you're busy up here trying to push a narrative. It's shameful. It's very, very shameful, bro. Because the reason why I know y'all feeling some type of guilt is the main fact that y'all didn't comment on the video. Y'all rather talk about Kyrie Irving. So for me, that says it right there. Y'all don't even want to entertain the video because it's so real. Behind the scenes, y'all talking that shit, man. That's fucked up, man. Oh boy, really got a problem, man. He fucked up, dog. I don't know what to say about Spence. But y'all don't have enough courage, man. Y'all can't even honor yourselves and honor Spence by speaking up and say, okay, we hope he get help. Y'all want to come in here with some bullshit ass narratives talking about it was a TikTok video. Now y'all acting like kids, bro. Now you acting like your mind and thought process, your cognitive value is low. Now you're proving to the people that you absolutely was a short bus participant. You was on the roster for the short bus, for real. You had your own helmet. You're just gonna say this so loosely that it was a video and they was just joking around? Man, y'all don't give a damn about him, bro. Truth be told, man, all y'all been doing is hoping and wishing. Y'all know damn well that man in trouble. And y'all been doing hoping and wishing all the time. So in the process, y'all want to keep on talking about Bud. I like it. Cause I'm not going to talk about him every day. Him being Spence. I'm not going to talk about Spence every day. Spence don't have nothing going on in his life. We don't know who he's going to fight. When is he going to make a statement to his fans about this video? When is he going to address his fans? Do he even care about y'all? If that nigga can tweet, then he can goddamn address y'all. That's simple. I made a mistake, so what? Niggas don't even watch basketball, but want about Kyrie. He said they don't even watch basketball, dog. Look, how much you gotta think of yourself as a man? As a man. Y'all go life and limb, yelling and screaming about Errol Spence, and up here telling somebody a motherfucking lie. You teach your kids not to lie, but y'all grown ass, old ass, fart ass men, dog. Dusty ass men. And y'all sitting up here talking about, it was a TikTok video, so what? No, man, it wasn't a TikTok video. What on that video gives you an impression as a TikTok video? That's just the narrative y'all running with, man. That's pitiful. That's just pathetic, bro. Y'all got to do better than that, man. Real talk, this shit don't make no sense, man. They got to do better than that. You have to. But hey, y'all know what it is, man. I'll check out who's going live later on. But tomorrow, man, it's going down. UFC 281 on deck, man. Heavy card. 2 championship fights. The main card is packed. Appreciate y'all for pulling up as always, man. Salute to everyone that's in the building. Sub to the channel, man. You know what I'm saying? Sub to the channel. Share the content. Hit the like button on your way out. And turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports, man. I'm out.